I'm imploring everyone who watches this video to wake up, to awaken to the reality of what the world is. The world is chaotic. The world is negative. The world is sad. The world is suffering. People are backstabbing. People gossip. People bring you down. Their government wants to control and have power over your life. The corporations want your money. People are selfish, greedy. Everything you can imagine, everything you've ever complained in, it's true. Get over it. This is the reality. Now, what we do with this reality is what makes all the difference. I was where was I? Oh, it's actually at Trader Joe's today, and I heard some people complaining about this person didn't get a break, and why didn't anybody come and help this person out to relieve them? They've been working a long time, and they were tired, and blah. Complaining. That's all not all we do, but that's a majority of what we do is get sucked into this negativity and we feel victimless. Instead of that person complaining, pick up the phone and call the boss and say, hey, it's time, can I get a break? Instead of moaning and bitching about how bad your life is and how people treat you and how this person wronged you, pick yourself up by the bootstraps. Give yourself a smack in the face, take a cold shower, whatever it does, and empower yourself. We are so victimized. We sue people. We blame people. Nothing's our fault. This person made me feel this way. I'm so sad. Why did they do this? Take responsibility and control of your own inner world. That's all you have. You are the master of what goes on within you. As crappy as life can get, and believe me, I've traveled to third world countries. I've talked to people that had no arms, no legs, people that have endured immense suffering, and somehow there are people that are able to see beauty when there is nothing but misfortune. But we want to wallow. We want to just sit in the cesspool of suffering. So then embrace it. If that's what you want, you made your bed, sleep in it. Because many people want to suffer. They need to suffer. It gives their life validation, gets them attention. It makes them feel like they're not a success. The reason they're not a success is because they're a victim, because they're suffering. This is the pattern. It's a pattern that we've developed from a very young age that we don't want to take responsibility. Parents reinforce this, educators reinforce this, and it's this victim mentality. And then we whinge and complain and moan on forums, on Reddit, on YouTube videos, how this is bad and this is wrong and I'm against this and I'm against that. Tell me what you're for. What are you for? What do you stand for? And please stand for your own personal liberty, your own personal freedom. You don't need to change the government. You don't need to change your parents. You don't need to change your high school, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your job. You have right here within you the power to completely transform your life by taking responsibility for where it's at. You're taking responsibility for your actions and who you are. You're not a victim. You are a master of your own domain. And it's freedom waking up and to realize that. One of the popular videos I have is Life Sucks. And it gets a lot of hits, and it gets a lot, especially amongst teenagers and high schoolers. And you should read the comments, how depressed, how down, how negative people are. And that's why they're attracted to that video. And they want everyone else to suck everyone in and to wallow in their misery and their sadness. And yes, man, I went through high school. It is a bitch. It is tough. Other kids are cruel, mean, and vindictive, and they'll tease you, they'll backstab you. This is life. Our expectations are so unrealistic about what life should be and how people should treat us. And life, we got this fantasy that life should be perfect, that I should be perfect, that I should do things right, I should be a success, I should make something of my life, I should become someone. Where did this come from? This is false illusions that we feed ourselves, that we feed our children, and then we can't understand why they're so unhappy. Life sucks. Get over it. That's all there is to it. Move on and just take the reins and start today anew. Start today saying that what goes on in here, because it's not what goes on in the outer world. That is the big lie. That is the big illusion that we base how we feel within what happens externally. Yes, it's a roller coaster. There's highs and lows. But what do we do with that? When we're down in a low, do we just sit and cry in sorrow? Maybe there's space for that. Yes, we need to allow ourselves sorrow. But then we find empowerment in the sorrow. We find a release in the grieving. And we say, how can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? How can I take this experience? Because the human spirit needs suffering. It needs it. Without suffering, we can't grow. You just look at anything. Without sacrifice, you can't achieve. You can't succeed. You can't become the being, the person that you want to be. You need to fail. You need to fall on your face. You need to strike out. Man, just embrace it. Embrace all the colors of the rainbow and take responsibility. If you get nothing from this video, take responsibility and notice your language where your finger's pointing. They did this. I'm angry because of them, because of her, because of the government, because of blame, and turn that finger and empower yourself and say, I'm responsible for my inner world.